seen this terrible creature and want to know what it is. Great. They are all going to make dexterity saving throws.
So, she turns back away from you three. Raises her right arm and a lightning bolt shoots out of her hand through.
Lovely. This one, 7, 14, and... So 7 and 14 for the smaller creatures you are blasting through? No. And 17. Cool. Yep, the lightning bolt tears through this armada in front of you.
35.
35 points of damage. 2 of the group puff into smoke as this lightning bolt just tears through them, destroying them in one go. One of the manglers who is approaching takes the full brunt of this force, and it clearly burns a hole straight through it and is doing significant amounts of damage to it. However, as the bolt would have impacted the seer, this strange non-Euclidean-ness of this area, it seems to have some kind of control and effect over it as the bolt passes through the space where it would be, and suddenly it looks like space itself is bending slightly as it moves almost over in one movement. In doing so, it replaces where it was standing with another grue that was next to it, which is destroyed by it.
She essentially summons a force of air beneath her and rises 10 feet.
10 feet to the air. Lovely. It is now the seer's turn. Right. Looking at all of you, and you especially, Ezzy, because A, you're part of this cult, and you haven't seen this creature before, so you don't know where it's come from, and B, you appear to be on the wrong side. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Is it for a magical effect or a spell?
Yes.
You also have +4.
Because Paladin.
What wisdom?
Yes, wisdom.
20.
Is it above 19?
Yes.
Fine. As it reaches out towards you, its arm extended, hissing slightly under its breath, you feel the air around you, much like it did, bending and warping, like reality isn't real anymore, like you would be being twisted and moved through space and time. However, you resist the effect. You do still take... You do still... 24 points of damage as the air around you is nearly split in half by this effect. It is a recharge effect. I'm not going to back. Cool. Right. Harvey, you're seeing all this unfurl. What would you like to do?
So witnessing the weird spacey weirdness around the seer.
Yep.
I figure I should get closer to the seer before I try and do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I fly towards him.
Yep.
And when I'm close, but not like within arm's reach, I cast banishment.
Interesting. Okay. Charisma saving throw?
Yes.
That's a 13.
That does not.
You fly up, streak out towards the creature and banish it. And as you reach out and banish it, it looks at you, screams angrily as it's banished out of existence.
Ah! As I fly off.
Only lasts a certain amount of time.
I like
Victory.
a victory swoop.
Victory swoop. The 3 grue that were attacking you do get attacks of opportunity as you fly out of the way.
Okay.
17, 14, 13.
The 17 hits.
You take 4 points of damage and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, 9.
9. Cool. You have.
Sorry, 4.
Yeah, you have disadvantage on your next ability check, saving throw, or attack roll.
Okay.
Which that spell luck didn't have those, so it's all good.
Cool. My bonus action would be swinging my spiritual weapon hammer at something.
There are various grue around. You can go for one of the mangler that you hit with a lightning bolt, or the Hulk is still there as well.
I'll go for the Hulk.
Okay, go for it.
So that'll be a 25.
25, that definitely hits it, yes.
And 7.
Did you roll with disadvantage? Because it's.
Oh, no, I did
There
not.
we go, that's a disadvantage roll, there we go. Cool, your hammer swings wide, you missed this turn.
Cool.
There we go. That makes
Well,
sense
I
to
got
me.
that out of the way.
Bugsby.
I will charge up to the nearest line of enemies.
Yep.
What am I facing again?
You have 3 Gru around you.
Oh, right.
If you take those out, there are 3 Manglers behind, and behind that is the Hulk.
Okay. I will attack the crew around you.
Cool.
So that's natural 20.
Well, that probably destroys one of them in one go.
And the other one is 24.
You hit both of them. Roll the natural 20 first for me.
So that is 11.
You bite down on the Gru and just tear its head off. The first one you managed to completely destroy with no issue at all.
Okay, and then the claw is 14.
14. Excellent. As you strike out the second one, you also managed to grab it in your claw, and you're now holding it. Just squirming in your bear paw as you hold it up. Draw the damage on that?
That was
14 was the damage.
yes, it was.
Cool. Crush it in your hand and throw it to one side, and probably in bear form, growl uncontrollably.
Yep.
Lovely. At this point, you can see that the army from the beach is storming forward, and your incursion into the side here has split the forces somewhat, and the lack of leader is now causing them some consternation. There is a rout going on. Your forces are coming up the hill as you guys are pushing inwards, and quite a few of the cultists at the back of the square are now going up towards the temple. You can just about see with this humongous door ahead of you. Can you all roll perception checks, please? 7.
Is this a smell thing or a sight thing?
Sight thing, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Bear.
Perception is a 17.
17.
21.
21.
6.
6. Arted and Bugsby, you both notice that the door they're running towards, there seems to be some strange effect as they get towards the door. It doesn't look like the door is something you can approach normally. That's about the best you can get as a quick corner of your eye thing, that they appear to be almost floating towards it. But at this point you can't get more than that. Right. The cultist is still running. That's fine. Arted, what would you like to do?
What's going on inside my head?
Inside your head, at this point, you are still being told to follow, observe, because you're a spy within the ranks, and that's something that Katalu desperately needs and wants, although you get the sense this isn't his voice.
Interesting. Okay. I will just lay waste to the things around me. Then.
There are 3 Gru around you, yes?
The
The Manglers are approaching you. Do we want?
The Manglers.
Yes.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yep.
How many of them?
3.
Okay.
One has taken about half damage from one lightning bolt because screw sorcerers.
I will take out my maul.
Yep.
And I will hold it in both hands.
Yep.
And then I will point it at the injured Mangler.
Yep.
And I will cast my first Eldritch Blast.
Excellent.
17.
Yeah, that hits.
Will take only 4 points of damage.
Uh-huh.
And the second one will follow straight after.
Yep.
15
Also hits.
for 7 points of damage.
This one is hanging back a little, looking significantly wounded, and clearly is thinking about going with its compatriots. It's not just cultists going back, the Gru are also in retreat. They appear to have some animalistic smarts and realise this is probably not the best place to be at this point in time.
How many are around me? Oh.
There are three of the smaller Gru around you.
As my bonus action,
Yes.
I would like, why not, to cast Shield of Faith
Okay, your AC increases by 2.
on myself.
It's a concentration spell, your AC increases by 2. Is Armor Agathis a concentration spell?
No.
Warlocks. Right! Good! Ezzy, the 3 on you are going to try and bite you again.
Okay. Wait, the 3 on me, given that I'm 10 feet up in the air.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to count those 2 natural 20s. The ones by your feet, snap at the air really effectively, but don't get through. Arted, the 3 around you are going to. Oh, there we go. Natural 20, 16, and a 15. What is your AC at the moment?
19.
Okay, so natural 20 hits.
Yes. But they take 5 cold damage as well.
Hang on. It launches out at you and does 5 points of damage. Make a wisdom saving throw as the ice washes back over it and it takes 5 points of damage.
1.
Natural 1. You have disadvantage on your next attack roll,
That's
saving
8.
throw, or ability check. But
Disadvantage.
the one that was biting on you takes the cold damage and squeals horribly and runs away.
Can I use my reaction
Yes, of course.
to cast as it bites and bangs, comes back in with the cold?
Yes.
I say, "You are not the chosen one," and cast Hellish Rebuke on it.
Yes, of course you can. Totally fine. Is there any saving throw for me?
Dex.
Dex. It rolled a 14.
No, it's a 15.
Shit.
For that must be. No, that's a 10. So that would be 18 points of fire damage.
As it bites you, it is frozen by the effect on your armor. It turns, runs off, and then explodes in a gout of flame.
You are not the chosen.
It is not the chosen one. Right, I don't get saves against banishment, do I? Do I?
No, I don't think so.
It just happens.
It's a concentration thing for me.
Unbelievable.
Spellcasters.
Spellcasters. Right, the 3 on you, Hart. You're flying in the air.
Yes,
How high up are you?
like 20 feet. So just to check.
That's not high enough to evade the hold, my friend.
Okay.
Okay, good.
No, it's concentration, but you don't get saves.
There we go.
So is he a native to this plane?
Yes.
Yeah. I've done this before. We established the
Pocket
crew
dimension.
are native.
Yeah, it's in a pocket dimension. If it's a native to the to another plane, it goes home. But unfortunately, it's a corrupted thing from this world. Sorry.
It's alright.
The Hulk, seeing you flying overhead, is going to swat at you with its giant reaping arms. No. Yes, it's going to slam attack you, basically. That is a 12 and a 13, because I rolled shite.
Neither hits.
2 massive arms slam through the air trying to hit you. You ably dodge out the way of both of them, still staying 20 feet up. In the meantime, the 3 around you are going to attack. There's only one left around you, one of the group.
Yes.
That one is going to attack along with one of the manglers.
Oh boy.
So, the Gru gets a 21.
Yeah.
You take 5 points of damage, and please make a wisdom saving throw.
25.
Cool, you're fine. At which point, the mangler comes and runs at you and uses its flurry of claws. It makes 6 claw attacks.
Oh no.
6. It's going to do the same to Arted in a minute as well, don't worry. So 1 runs forward to you, Barksby,
I'm not worried.
plus 7. So 19, 10, 23,
2 hits.
17, 18, 18.
Yeah, 5 hits.
5 hit. That's 1d8 plus 4, 5 times.
It was nice knowing you guys.
11, 19, let's do them, 20, no, 11, 9, 30 plus 5 times 4, 20. You take 50 points of damage as you are leapt on by this creature, stabbing
50.
wildly into you. 50. 5-0.
Oh.
Bear pops.
The bear pops. How many hit points are you down, Bugsby?
I'm down 34.
In the meantime, the same thing happens to you, Artev. One runs towards you and starts lashing out with all its claws. What's your AC at the moment?
19.
19. I've got... Okay, it's a plus 7. Okay, let's see what we do. No. 3 of them bounce off your armor. 2 of those hit, so you're hit by 2 of them. 2 claws manage to stab through underneath your armor and get you right in the ribs. You take plus 8. 16 plus 7, 23 points of damage as you are stabbed in the ribs. But it takes 10 points of cold damage, right?
5 each.
Yeah, so 10. It takes 10 points of cold damage. The third one that was approaching is stumbling back, looking like it's heading away as the lightning bolt and your Eldritch Blast seem to have bothered it slightly.
23, yes.
23, thank you. Lovely. At this point, the seer is not able to do anything. Harvey, would you have?
Wait,
So
do I not go before Harvey?
Oh, yes, you do. Sorry, Ezra, you go first.
Sorry, G. Everything's mixed in together. I can't cast an area of effect without getting somebody.
An area of effect at this point you could target away from Harvey and probably hit some things. Not all things, I'll roll for it.
And there are 3 grooves below me.
Yes.
Directly below me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna drop down.
In the midst of them.
Cast Thunder Wave.
Lovely.
That's a con save.
One rolled a...
Is it more than 16?
I'm not sure. It gets a minus on this. I'm checking how much. Oh, that's a flat roll. Yeah, they all fail.
7 damage.
7 damage.
Yeah, and then...
They all blasted, and also they all flown... so you just suddenly... boom, pew, these 3 grooves go... pew, flying through the air around you as you land.
Sorry, she slams the ground with her hands.
Yes.
And then pushes back up into the air again, 10 feet up.
Lovely, so you're still flying above and those
Yeah.
group have been knocked aside. None of them are down, but they are all running now, not wanting to take part in any more smashy, loud noise run away. Right, Harvey.
Cool. Can I have a quick recap of what I can...
You are currently
do?
flying around. 2 manglers still dealing with 2 of your friends.
Yeah.
The Hulk is stalking towards them, was swatting through the air at you but didn't manage to hit you. And there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the smaller Gru around, although they appear to all be running away now.
Okay.
The manglers aren't running and the Hulk isn't running, but the Gru are.
Right. I'm gonna first of all use my bonus action, my spiritual weapon.
Yes.
Which on the Hulk.
On the Hulk, go for it.
Which will be 19.
Yeah, that hits.
So then it's damage of 16.
16 as the hammer smashes into the gigantic creature.
Then also on the Hulk, I use Guiding Bolt at 3rd level,
Great.
which is going to be 15.
Oh, I'm sorry. It slashes against it but does not do damage. It has an armor class of higher than that.
Okay, that's me.
Buxby? Lying on the ground? Being ground?
Barksby, thinking about how horrible these things are, will cast Guardian of Nature.
Splendid. Describe how Guardian of Nature works.
So he looks up. I'm sick of these fucking abominations. And roots take over him.
Yes.
Cover him in a bark-like skin.
Yeah.
And the mold travels back up and up into his neck, forming a new beard.
Lovely.
He rises up with roots. And he stands there, tall, and the earth around him shoots up with vines and roots which harry people around it, causing difficult terrain.
Lovely. Okay.
And from his arm, since it's a bonus action to cast that, a thorn whip will come out and smack the mangler in
The
front.
mangle in front of you. Great. Make the attack roll.
Get advantage on this because it's a wisdom based.
Yes.
26.
Yeah. Your thorn whip lashes out towards the mangle and grabs it round the neck.
I just like to pull it down towards me.
Towards you.
Like so, its head's my head.
How much damage?
8.
8 points of damage. As the mangler is dragged towards you, whimpering, you note the other mangler that is currently on you, Arted, seeing the situation unfurling, turns and runs. And as you look back, you can see why. Coming up from the beachhead, this army of the rebellion, all of the characters that you fought with that are still alive, are making their way. This is no NPCs, just player characters you can think of, are pushing their way up the beachhead and routing everything above you. The mangler that you're holding is still grabbed tight around you, but the other is running. It has opportunity as it goes, if you want to take it.
I've used my reaction.
Use your reaction. It bounds away. You're not having enough time to do anything about it. The Hulk is still standing there, looking at the situation unfold, and the Seer will be back relatively soon. But for now, all of the creatures appear to be routed, and it looks like this battle is going the way of the rebellion, and that's where we have to end this hour of Adventurers Wanted. I'm so sorry. That's what happens sometimes. Thank you so much for joining us. Thoroughly appreciate it. Do help us spread the word about the show on Twitter and Facebook and social medias and face-to-face with other humans. That's always good. We're on Twitter at Adventurous250, where Nemo has been live tweeting this entire last hour of adventure. That also means... Oh, thank you. Clap for Nemo. That's nice.
Yay, Nemo!
That also means that you can go through our Twitter stream and catch up on literally the entire adventure, plus gifs and memes. So yay, that's a fun thing to do if you're young enough to care about that sort of thing. Right, so that's all there for you. You can also catch up on that sort of thing at twitch.tv, where we live stream the entire event, twitch.tv/adventurerswanted, where you can see everything unfold as well if you happen to have 73 hours spare. Longer than that, 73 times 4. Good lord, how long is that? No, it is 73 hours. 73 hours spare, that's right. Good. We also have a Patreon. We use that to put on shows like this and other free play and accessibility events to try and help break some of the D&D monoculture that exists and try and get more people interested and excited in the hobby. And I do hope that people can join in on what we do and how we do it. There's a donate button on our website too. If Patreon's too much for you, just pop a couple quid in there if you fancy it. We'd really appreciate all the help we can get. You can also buy more tickets to watch, £5, as those of you here know, from the Sweet Box Office. And there may be player tickets available also for a £5, which Emma and Jamie have for this hour. You can buy those at the Sweet Box Office if they're available. If not, there are often returns. So please do feel free to leap on last minute if that is your bag. Before we go, I'd like to give all of my players a round of applause. Thank you for playing and thank you for doing what you do. And could you please all give me a pitch of something you think people should do up here, or maybe something from your home lives you think they'd enjoy?
Me first?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Emma. I play with adventurers in London, so if you're down, you should come see Omen, which is more of this. Also, I'm about to start a live play podcast, Curse of Strahd, so if you enjoy listening to D&D, that's going to be happening. So keep an eye on my Twitter, which is @EmmaRsheard.
Thank you, Emma.
I'm up here producing some shows. We're not Russian anymore. And if you like this, you will love at 5 p.m. at Assembly Rooms on George Street in Newtown, Providence, The Shadow over Lovecraft, a horror comedy show about the story of H.P. Lovecraft and also the stories of H.P. Lovecraft.
Lovely. Thank you, Alex.
I write and draw things very slowly, and I generally put them on my website. So we're going to have a look at that. It's macdermog.com, MECDERMOG.
And if you look on our website, there's some lovely artwork that G did as a sort of trial run for our poster design.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. I recommend having a look at that.
I'm an Edinburgh native, so if you guys ever get the chance, check out some of our attractions, such as the museum. It sounds dull, but it's really good.
No, it's lovely. It's just like at the Fringe with all of these shows on. Can I see the local museum?
They have a good exhibit on right now on the history of video games. So.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
And if you get the chance, go see the Dark Room and Sweaty Sexy Party, which is on at the Tron, 10:20 by a lovely Australian man who is a riot.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Lovely. It only remains for me to thank our lovely BSL interpreter, Isla, for her work in the last hour. She will be joining us at the table for the next hour to play. This will be fun. Yay. So if you fancy seeing that, do join us again. But if you are going today, thank you for joining us and have a lovely Fringe. Cheers. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Oh, God.